Yo, guys, welcome to another Crypto EMC Trading for a Living episode in our Trade for a Living podcast. My name is Rudo. I trade full time. I managed to quit my day job doing and just do this for a living. And this podcast is dedicated to those trade setups and stuff I share. So we're going to look back at the stream and the trades that I shared yesterday. And I'm also going to show you something about news events. And typically one that is happening today that could fuel or spark the next big move for Bitcoin, which means that if we position ourselves from a trader point of view into the market with a nice juicy leverage today, and this news event takes hold of the trend and starts moving it with some great momentum, it brings easy multipliers into your trading account. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. So let's start off with Bitcoin on the weekly, briefly on the weekly. And for anybody that is new to trading, I think the biggest reversal indicator that you can always see is when you find bullish candles being engulfed by a bearish candle. Okay, that typically spells bad news for any trend. It's not just weekly, it's any trend, 5 minute, 1 minute, 15-minute, any time frame you might be trading. And where we're at the moment, we're getting close to the end of the week. It's Thursday today, and then the weekend closing. And you can see that any of the bullish candles, we're already engulfing that again. So we're sitting in a situation where it's just more of this. Now, while this is happening in the current trading environment means that the market is choppy and it sucks. Sucks for me as well. Yesterday, I was not profitable. I ended up getting my ass handed to me. I shared 2 trades with you guys, and in both instances, I paid the stop fee. Tuesday, however, I made some profits. I'm still in slight profit for the week, but that's the nature of the game. If you want to make money trading, you need to be able to have a decent risk management strategy. You're not gonna retire next week if you want to trade for a living, and that's the reality. Okay, so let's start looking at those trades, and then we'll take it from there. Well, no, maybe let's not look at those trades. Let's look at the news event, and then we look at the trades and then move in. Okay, so the page I use, Forex Factory. And it's very simple there. You kind of want to focus on the red folder news events. So typically, that's when a lot of fresh or new opinions will enter the market. And an opinion, everybody buys because they have an opinion, or they sell because they have an opinion. You take a trade because you have an opinion, and news events creates opinions. So today, the U.S. preliminary GDP comes in. Now, we all know that there's talks, or Jerome Powell basically said that he is going to change the monetary policy. He's going to reduce the interest rate. So the one thing that we don't want to be looking at, or we don't want to expect today, is a GDP that is weak. Okay, so you kind of want to see a fairly flat GDP. So you can see 2.8% is the forecast, and the previous one was 2.8%. So if we have a weak GDP, he might consider reducing the interest rates on a later stage, giving the market a little bit of time. Because we all know this is a simple thing. Once the Fed pivots, you expect a recession. That's a weak GDP. Okay, so he's going to delay that pivot. This is common knowledge. He's going to probably delay that pivot if we start getting weak GDPs. Okay, that then is going to surprise the market. And I always said this, when you look at the Dixie from a weekly point of view, when you're in the bottom of the market or bottom of a lateral range, you're bullish. Meaning if the Dixie goes up, Bitcoin might go down further. And that sparks to the argument that I just shared with you guys on the weekly. The weekly time frame, and let's move this there. We're already engulfing the last bullish structure from a weekly. So Bitcoin is bearish. Think bearish trades. Think short. And at around 2:30 my time, which is in about 5 hours time from now, if this happens, we have a scenario, we could have that trigger event that catapults BTC to go lower. Okay, so now let's have a look at Bitcoin's trades real quick. So yesterday, we had everything textbook, beautiful hidden bearish divergence at that moment. We're looking at going short right there. So short, stop above these highs. And I got taken out. So that was my first little bit of a loss. That little endeavor cost me about $2,000. Then from that point onwards, We made the higher high, and I was expecting the market to try and push back into its previous support range. Remember now, this is what support was for Bitcoin, and we lost it. So if this is the case, the market will go and try and confirm whether that now is indeed resistance. So the idea was that I was going to try and trade long with the momentum for the market, because in the end of the day, I do not trade with the idea that I want to be wrong. I just trade with whatever the highest probable move is. Subsequently, we were in that trade for about, I think, 3 or 4 hours, as this thing was just chopping. And literally, when we started selling off, I was looking at this and I said, okay, right. The nature of the fact that we could not make a higher high, the momentum is bad, everything is horrible. Reduce the stop, because my stop was down here. Reduce the stop, bring it closer, because the trade is probably going to fail, and we're probably going to go lower still. And that is my second stop then. So the market went out and took me out for the second time. That is why in my Prime account, Peter, you just remove my face there real quick. You can see that the second stop is about 25% less. I also risked around $2,000 for that trade. And lo and behold, and then my third trade, I took it on a different account, but basically I tried to scalp a short there in this move, and then it came back and took my stop, which meant I lost 3 trades yesterday in a row. And when I get my third trade, my third strike, I call it a day and I come back tomorrow, because being level-headed is more important than trying to make money on the day. And hence that I'm going to be taking another stab at getting my entry in. Now, funny enough, why did the trades not work, and why did I suck at trading yesterday? To be honest with you guys, sometimes the market just is that. If I'm trading against myself, literally, if there's like-minded traders with the same kind of idea and strategy, the market won't move. The market can only move if the bus is empty. If what I'm doing is in a great minority, that's when I'm winning. So clearly what I'm doing is in the majority, hence the fact that I was getting my ass handed to me. So where we're at today is the market is exactly where we were yesterday. Same price point, almost to the dollar. And in all fairness, it's trying to still resolve itself. So the game plan for anybody that wants to be trading or wants to trade should still be try and consider that price is going to go up as a shakeout, wait for a nice divergence setup. So we don't have that just yet, and then still target the longer term down. Now, trading for a living means that sometimes you have to be on standby. Guys, at this moment, I don't have a setup that I'm willing to act on. I only share the stuff I act on, as always, and that's it. So stay tuned. Join the Discord. Why not open your own Prime XBT account? Come and join me. There is additional benefits to doing so. The link's in the video description. And you can come and trade with me. And if you fund that account with more than $2,000, you see I haven't opened this tab for a while, you can fund it more than $2,000, which is a fair trading account size. You can actually come and join my private Discord group. As simple as that, at no cost to you. And yeah, that's where we chat, we talk, whatever. You can ask me direct questions. I answer them in forms of videos, and I'm going to go live after the stream there and target the next round of questions and look for additional trade setups. Now let's have a look at the second thing that I shared yesterday, and we're going to unpack this a little bit further in the mainstream today, and it's dogs. Now we looked at the breakout, and I explained to you guys that I'm considering buying this thing on a spot. It's on Bybit. It's just a little quick, nice, meaty little 30% trade that is going to happen. And while we were on stream, I explained to you guys that I'm expecting price to come back and tag this, and we were sitting somewhere there. And I also said to you guys, well, the market is currently heated and it's running, so buy now, immediately. Just buy and let the ride, but also know that you can take whatever. If you're going to want to buy for $100, buy $50 and wait for the buy zone. The buy zone now hit. Everybody should be in with a little bit of dogs. And at this stage, you should on spot be up at least 8%. Now, I still feel like this thing's going to go to at least 0.002 of a cent. It's just a nice psychological number. And so in this afternoon stream, I'll unpack this a little bit further, and there might be additional gems that I've got my eyes on that I want to do exactly the same thing. Why bullish on these small coins? Well, they've got their own little emotional market cycle. And because their economies are so small, the Bitcoin economy won't necessarily impact them in the same way like we would normally say that Bitcoin is the rising ship that rises all the tides, meaning if Bitcoin goes up, ETH goes up, Cardano goes up, Solana goes up. These ones will function in their own little bubble for a while until their ecosystems align with the macro Bitcoin or crypto trend for that matter. So in that time, there's still a little bit of money that we can make there. Okay, that's everything from me for today, guys. So make sure to tune into this afternoon stream. For those, and I have to admit, and I'm sorry, guys, I did not assign the last round of people that commented on and followed the Facebook page. I will do that now. You'll get access to the buddy indicator as well. And funny enough, if I look back at yesterday's trading, sometimes being smart is the worst thing you can do to yourself, because in the move, the buddy indicator gave me a beautiful 1 to 10 trade setup that would have made an insane amount of money for me. And I missed it. So, yeah. For those that don't have access, I'll get you sorted. For the rest of you guys, more updates on this indicator coming soon as well. That's everything that I have time for today, guys, for this morning. See you in the afternoon. And as always, guys, keep hustling, my friends.
I'll keep hustling.
Subscribe now.